Day in, day out here at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, they feed thousands of hungry bellies. We're talking about kids, visitors, school groups, you name it, they all pass through here. And as they're touring the museum, they try some amazing food in the cafeteria from Chef Jorge and all of the chefs back there working so hard to keep people, I guess, really happy, I should say, right? Yeah. That's what food does. Does it keep you happy?
Happy, yeah, exactly. You said it. You said it best.
There you go. Food is food. Puts a smile on your face. So Chef Jorge has such an incredible story to share with us today. And we love to really share those stories about chefs in our community who have come here, maybe been born somewhere else, come here, bring the flavors from their family here to our cuisine today. And what did you prepare for us today, Chef Jorge?
So I made a Carnitas Torta, just a classic staple, at least for me growing up. Was just something that was very common and easy to make and delicious at the same time.
Tell us how you prepare the torta.
Sure. So I took some fresh bolillos. That is the type of bread that we use a lot of times in my culture. Buttered that with some mayonnaise. We like to use that instead of butter a lot of times. And then it's got some Monterey Jack cheese, some carnitas on top of that. Some shredded lettuce, tomato, onion, fresh salsa, and guacamole. You can do avocados if you prefer to do that. And give it a nice good press and a cut, and you're good to go.
Look at that fluffy bread. That's just like anything. Soak it on up, right?
Exactly.
Love bread that looks like that. Tell us a little bit about where you were born and when you came to Colorado.
Sure. I was born in Durango, Mexico. I lived there till I was about 5 years old before my parents brought me out to California. So I'd say I grew up in California, just outside LA in the San Gabriel Valley. Spent most of my life there until just right out of high school, pretty much.
Where did your love for cooking start?
From home. I remember coming home after school a lot of times, and my mom always having something either on the stove or fresh off the stove for us to eat. Didn't always have a choice whether we wanted to eat it or not.
Right, exactly.
But
that's
it was always
the way we grew up,
yeah, exactly.
Right? You eat what's on your plate. You eat what's given to you.
Exactly. But it was always good, delicious, made for some good memories. Yeah. Very fond
the
of it.
carnitas in here, such an important part of your culture. We talk to a lot of chefs who maybe have been born in Mexico and they come over here to the U.S. bringing those incredible flavors from back home here to the cuisine in Colorado today. Carnitas, we talk about tacos al pastor, we talk about breakfast pork chops, so many different elements. How important is pork to your culture? Have you seen it just becoming such a big part of the tradition through the years?
Yeah, I feel like it's always been a really big part of our tradition. Even just from raising some pigs, which I know my grandpa did for, I think, his whole life, and so that just becomes part of, the family and the culture and, raising them to eventually ending up on the table.
Right.
Yeah.
It is a whole process that comes full circle.
It is.
How do you think your culture's influenced you today as a chef, bringing those flavors, but also kind of reinventing your own cuisine here at the museum and beyond?
Yeah, it's played a big part, definitely, because you don't want to just keep making the same thing over and over. You definitely want to evolve and, see what else you can create and kind of, blow somebody's mind with it, whether you're fusing two different cuisines together, or just kind of taking something simple and elevating it.
What's the favorite thing you've done here at the museum? Kind of opening people's eyes to different things. You guys have so many cool stations here in the cafeteria.
Yeah. When I first started here, we did a terrarium that was all edible, from like the moose in it to the little edible bugs. I thought that was really, really cool and something I hadn't seen.
Museum after
all,
right?
exactly.
You need an edible terrarium.
Yeah, that was cool.
Well, we're so excited to see you here, reinventing things. Maybe cooking up some concoctions in the kitchen there, and you never know what you could find here in the cafeteria.
Sure.
When you come to the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, just a booming food scene here. I feel like whenever I walk in here, it's an entire city itself in this one building, right? Thousands of people, so many different food stations, cafeterias,
Right.
and so many of you incredible chefs back there. giving us something different to try every time we come.
Definitely, yeah.
Thank you, Chef, for
Yeah,
sharing
of course.
your background with us
Of course.
and your life with us. It's so cool to see a plate that you had from your childhood right over here. All right, I'm taking a bite. Am
All
I
right,
allowed
yeah,
to?
please do.
Look, I mean, do
Enjoy.
you see this bread? It's just like,
All right, glad you like it.
okay. Well, that was incredible. Hats off to you, Chef.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Come on our journey with us. Go to COPork.org or follow us on social media at Colorado Pork Producers Council.